Welcome, welcome. Yes, chat should be working again now for Twitch at the very least. I will leave my chat focused on the dominant chat room. So when YouTube starts becoming the more dominant chatting place, I will swap what pops up over to YouTube. So this is where we're
camping out.
This is where we be at. We're chasing down. Apparently, I'm chasing down livestock. Raise. Chooks. Miracle food. So, as it turns out, I am looking for the lord of this place who was overthrown, ejected, and...
Something feels odd here.
Yeah,
Be on your guard.
I don't really know, because everybody was being an
if you're a
asshole
lord
about it in
going into
town,
hiding,
so I don't really know what exactly is going on.
Place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
I kind of know what's going on. The local populace blew the shit out of the city and everybody ran away. That's kind of where we be at. I know that's... I don't want to... Okay, I'm going down there. The Reddits did it. Not getting out of here unless we find a way around it. Look around, see if there's anything useful. Wise idea, perhaps we'll find another way out. Alright. That alright with you, Shion? Sure. That's good, because I didn't want to actually go down there. I wanted to explore anyway. So the Renans basically vacated the city as best I can tell, or at least the Lord did. It didn't actually really say what the Renans as a whole did. It just said that the Lord vacated. Oh shit. So, yeah. I really don't know what actually happened to the rest of, like, the general populace.
Guess I misread.
I won't forgive you!
Armor won't save you! Take this! Demon Fang!
It curls up! Time to get out of the way!
Rising water!
No armor to stop me! Remind me to stay on your good side.
But yeah, that's about all I can tell you of the story. There was a lot of collateral damage. That's the other part of the story I can tell you. But we're chasing the Lord, and I'm not actually sure if the Lord's good, bad, or otherwise, because all things considered, that city didn't seem too bad, but they also said that that city was a Renan city.
Crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
So I don't know where everybody else stayed. There's a lot of ruins surrounding the city, but whether or not they actually lived in, like, what's remaining, the story was exceptionally vague. As it's not very fancy. But turn it on. That said, though, it probably didn't help any that the people who told me their side of the story were just as carved up as anybody I've come across.
I'll pick you all up! I can carve through armor!
Everybody,
I never miss.
here is very angry, I know that much.
This ends now!
And not just a little
You continue
upset.
on in that vein. Something you wanted to say?
This could be useful.
Definitely not just a little upset. I would definitely say that they are a lot upset.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know,
breaking it.
I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell,
Smart
you
little
really know
cookie.
your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground.
Everybody in
That
this
is,
party's a little
until
thick.
300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during
I
the
think
time of the
she's
invasion.
about the only one that's not.
with only the
Sala's
underground part
probably the
remaining.
brightest of the bunch, to
And
be
then this
entirely
lord
honest.
decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what
Renwell
we're
is
here to
smart,
find
but
out.
she's
Whatever
smart,
it is,
educated.
she's up to
She's
no
not
good.
actually smart,
Right.
world smart.
All the more reason we need to hurry up and find her
That is
before
true.
it's too late.
He has the bucket on his head. So we don't actually know what he's like. Collection of old experiment implements. Someone's been keeping mementos. Couch that looks completely out of place here. Pork. Looks to be about it in here. Did I miss anything? Doesn't look like it. B3. Shion had a completely different upbringing, so she sort of kind of has hello.
It'll be a
Some
breeze.
sort of
Get in, get
excuse.
in.
And she's never been able to interact with anybody on a personal level, so she's not exactly thick, she's just what's the word I'd use? She's very reserved.
Gotta be quick, or I'll take them all myself.
Oh, like hell you will. Looks like we won.
This place goes pretty deep underground.
Law's been run
It
around
was
by the
probably
nose his
built
whole
that way
life.
so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason.
Delaman is trying, but he has also come from the lap of luxury. He's trying. He's not doing very well, but he's trying. You've got to give him points for that. He's also kind of in that same situation as Shion, where he just didn't want to be a part of anything going on, but Shion's story hasn't developed much beyond that, so we don't actually know what Shion's game is in all this. Ooh. Rank 4 inhibitor crystals. Yeah. They...
Right, here goes.
I don't know what they did.
I can carve through walls.
It's easy for me to say that they destroyed the city, but nobody actually bothered to tell me or disclose, like, what the city was.
Can you take care of
Like, whether it was a joint city where both parties lived, or both peoples lived, I should say.
This ends now!
or if it was just like one side of the city.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Well, she stole that Master Core from what's-his-face, the angry bloke at the start, so that's...
Well, look who's
It's
in a
not
bright
actually
and shiny
her
mood.
Master Core, per se. And then embedded it inside herself so that nobody else could take it. Well, presumably nobody else could take it.
What's this thing?
By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Yeah, still
Indeed.
finding the house.
Renan castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Danon ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already. This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
I wouldn't say anybody suffered at the hands of someone like him. To be honest, yes, his intentions for what he was selfish, but the simple fact of the matter is, selfish or not, he gave people a good life. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Renwell is going to be a problem. She hasn't been a problem yet, but she's going to be one.
Get toasty!
Burn strike.
Right, next one.
Already on. This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for.
Get behind me.
Done. I'll leave it to you.
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Prepare to be sealed on the fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps found in more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. Allah, I'm trying to focus. I was only trying to be nice. Your power is a spectacle to behold. I'm not trying to be dramatic with it. Still, it's a part of me. Leave the enemy's art to me.
So,
Plates here.
yeah, it's one of those things,
We got the advantage.
at least as far as my party's concerned, excluding this situation, honestly,
This one's got your name on it.
despite Shion slowly becoming unhinged in certain elements, the loosest person we have is Rin.
Looks like we won.
XP's just given to the party. It doesn't tell them, which is really good. It hands out XP freely,
This place is full of
as if they were a
weird
part of the
machinery,
party.
old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, the
That's-
sort of unsavory research she wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought.
Rank 1 protection ring. Nothing special. So yeah, you don't have to worry about who is in your party. Nope, you can free swap them. I'll show you in the next one.
It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
An opponent like this should be easy.
So you just go edit, and then you just pull them in and out. And then they just take like a couple of seconds to swap. So she's casting, jumps out, next one comes in.
Far enough.
they tend to swap in and out a bit quicker if they're not in the middle of doing something.
Next one.
Already on.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
I think I may have missed a floor. I think I gotta go back down.
Go no further.
Some of the stuff is a little awkward, like I just got a relic which let me choose another 3 skills. And I actually have to hold the left trigger. So left 2, the same as like swapping and pulling them in for support skills.
We've turned the tables on it.
They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Runaway.
And as you see,
I'm totally fine.
my party's gone back to how it was, so the party actually saves originally, so if you swap somebody else in or out for the fight, it's exclusively for that fight. It's swapped back to what it was prior.
Looks like we won.
So it's not like it's going to cock something up for you if for whatever reason you need to pull somebody in or out. You know, maybe somebody's a bit better for a boss fight, for example, and you obviously only know that
equipment should come in handy.
once the boss fight initiates. Like, you wouldn't... know that otherwise. So yeah, you can swap the group in at that point in time. Like, for the group I've got at the moment, let's just say, for example, somebody who's really resistant to arts damage, astral arts damage, I would pull Rin out and put Kisara in. Because I wouldn't need Rin.
Get lost.
At the moment, though, the group that the game's given me to start with, or rather the group that has just come in order, is perfectly fine. You can also swap out the main character as well. So, oops, that's absolutely not what I wanted to do. So it takes a second. Swap in, swap out.
I'll stop it, charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Stand back. I'll trick it up.
This one's mine. Far enough.
Radiant, go in.
Lightning meteor. Quiver blade. Tiger blade.
Annihilate.
Light burst forth.
Radiant, Genesis.
So yeah. And
Well,
as you
let's
see,
see here.
goes back to your original leader. So yeah, if you need to make on-the-fly adjustments, you can, and there's no there's no downside to it. You don't have to reorder shit afterwards like you would have to in most games. Which is, frankly, I fucking hate it. I still think the combat system is clunky, and I say that by comparison of Nier Automata. Like, Nier Automata, as far as I'm concerned, is where the standard is set for combat like this.
Here's the healing art.
Try harder. You're mine.
Cyan instant.
Here I come.
Raging storm.
Try harder. My turn.
You know, it's something.
Stop me. Let him mark me.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
All yours. Demon Fang. You're mine.
Because what actually happens is the game is very not fluid when it comes to combat. It's hard to explain as to exactly why it is,
Here's a healing art. There you go. Don't let up.
but yeah, I always, in games like this, comparisons and combat are always made. I always make comparisons to Nier Automata. So if I say a game's clunky, it doesn't necessarily mean it's, you know, horrible. It just means it's inferior to Nier Automata.
Is there anything more magnificent than the musculature of a warrior? Perhaps it is in search of this perfect beauty that I myself am drawn into battle.
It's a lot of things. It comes down to like how well your character tracks enemies without your own input. Like, if my character is facing forward and I pull back in combat and I'm swinging and I pull the thing back, but my character doesn't turn, say, because they're mid-attack, the next attack will swing around behind you in Nier Automata. This game doesn't do that. If you keep tapping an attack button, even if you don't give yourself enough, if you don't give your character enough time to turn around, the character will and you notice this especially with the casters, because I did a couple of the arena fights where you've got to go in solo, and Rinwell especially, like if you want to turn her during combat, you have to actually wait until her character turns. If you can't just point it in a direction and she will launch the next attack in that direction. She will actually drag across. And I think that that is horrible. That's the big thing about Nier Automata, is they made the combat system in that game entirely fluid. There's very few games I've played for or since that have actually got it right. Hey, crappy internets. I think I've been to B4. Oh, B4 is the bottom. So yeah, that's where this game's at for combat. It's better than, say, Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14, not 14, sorry, 15. Final Fantasy 15 was a wretched game for combat. Anybody who says that Final Fantasy 15 had a good combat system, I can't even begin to tell people what I'm thinking about that.
This one's got your name on it.
Which is kind of funny, because a lot of people defend Final Fantasy 15. 15's combat was the worst I've played in that sort of game. And I literally mean that as the worst.
I wish they were all that easy.
I cannot remember
Too strong.
Isn't that good?
playing a game that was as bad as 15.
Long, would you?
I'm not going to go as far as to say that it is the absolute worst, but it's the worst in my recent memory. It was horrible. Enemy tracking was non-existent. Yeah, there were so many things wrong with it. Yeah, that's why they threw it in the garbage. Canned like 4 lots of DLC for it and threw it in the bin. You know, and there's always people who defend that game. I've kind of come to admit that I may have an unpopular opinion about that game, but at the same token, it's not one of those things that I'm sort of prepared to go back on. Probably because I feel that if I went back on that sort of game...
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
If I went back on what I have as my opinions of that game, and I'm, you know, I wouldn't say that the game was ever beyond fixing. I don't think, anyway. Going back on what I said about that game would essentially be taking away from everything that Nier Automata did right. And that's exactly the reason why I set Nier Automata as the standard for these sorts of games.
Right, here goes! Armor won't save you!
The hard target locks in this make life a little bit hard too.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
So much for sitting this fight out. Let me know.
Swapping targets is wretchedly difficult in this too. You actually have to...
With me.
Thank you for that. So you've actually got to tap a button and... Yeah, it's not great.
It must take guts to fight without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
Your power is a spectacle to behold. I'm not trying to be dramatic. Still, it's a part of you. Embrace it.
It's over!
But this is certainly one of the better games I've played as far as combat goes. It's definitely not horrible, it's just not as good as I feel it should be.
Barely a blip on our radar.
So yeah, I kind of want to emphasize that. It's not that I think the game's combat is bad. I just feel that it could be a little more fluid. Experiment to use Zeugles. Hard spherical shell. I think I have to go back upstairs now because I think the next area is blocked off. So I'm going to jump down southwest side. Oh god. Ooh, it's the mysterious power. So I guess it's probably safe to say that something's gonna come around. My food's nearly out. It's disappointing. And here I am looking around for shit. I should probably be just trying to get to the next boss fight before my food runs out. Damn it, I wanted that crystal!
There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be.
Look out!
We'll figure this out later.
I love
Right now,
Sarah.
this thing
She
needs
is so
dealing with.
I don't understand. Is Baseball live?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey, save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing. Armor won't save you.
Blah, blah, blah. Go for the weak point.
I'd like to go for the weak point, but it's on its bum. Oh, a little dangly bit.
Raging cat. I never miss. It's weakened. Now see that you don't get in trouble
I'm waiting for enemies to start having more than one weak point.
Armor won't save you.
Not in your dreams.
Rip and tear.
You picked the wrong fight.
Watch this.
I'll heal you all.
Sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing arc.
Super Swallow Blade! Prepare to be seen! Lunarondo! Rising Wyvern! Take this!
The enemy is going all out.
Actually, that's far more appropriate.
Let's count them more doing.
Here comes something big!
Try to dodge.
Ow.
In here.
No further!
Get on in there with the other. Lunar corruption has been blocked.
I'm not done! It's on! Be still! Stardust! Hurricane Thrust!
Yep, missed that. Missed all of that.
Now I'm real mad.
Eat this! It's over! Rising Wyvern! I owe you one! Lunarondo! Try not a shit!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Hoping War takes all of them out with that.
They're not playing
Yes. Good stuff.
Here goes Raging Cascade. This one's mine.
Not a shit!
Not my fight.
Try hard! Stay away from my
That
friend!
move.
Here comes the big one!
Gemini Alpha. Get on in there with the other.
Absolutely not ideal.
I'll bring you back from
Now!
death. Magic
Try
is
harder! My turn! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down. I'll be saving this
We got more up.
You're mine! Eat dirt!
tidal wave.
Denied!
Okay,
Take this!
now let loose!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Now. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
And we go.
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Shion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal.
This whole group has been falling to pieces, though.
Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
But we finally have a reason for all this.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Danon Liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us.
Well, at least
If we have
a
any hope
reason
of finding
now.
this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Nias.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shion?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
I'm joking! Damn, you're scary sometimes.
Shion's not scary at all.
Alphen.
I'll just, leave you
She
to
already
alone.
removed the guts of it, and that's all she wrote. More pods, reminding me of fucking XCOM.
I can't believe this. To think they would give us a bad lead like that. Where could that Lord actually be?
Beats me. That said, there's no point wandering around aimlessly trying to look for her. We should head back to Nias for now.
What's wrong, Kisara?
Oh, I was just thinking about what it meant for there to be castles here on Dana. People build castles to protect things that are important for one reason or another. But not simply that. They're also used to project a ruler's power.
So what you're saying is, even before the Renans invaded, the Danans were still being ruled over. It was just by other Danans.
That's most likely the case, yeah. Though who knows how they led their people.
But after seeing Deadeye, I can't picture them being all that benevolent themselves.
What if it's in everyone's nature to rule over and control others? What are we supposed to do about that?
If it really is in our nature, then no. All that means is we have all the more reason to fight it. That's all there is to it.
She's having an absolute fucking existential crisis at the moment because everything that she thought was fucking true is falling apart around her. And frankly, I don't care. Couldn't have happened to a better person. She's been running her mouth a bit too much lately.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
She's fucking lying. I give him credit for a quote-unquote lord. He does try. I thought he was going to be a bit more fucking pompous.
Finally, some open space again.
But, his character is actually growing on me. I thought with him being a renowned lord, he would be like really, really bad. But...
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Shining enemy? I don't see a shining enemy. Just trying to collect these crystals. Well, I'll presume that one of these is shining.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
I would love elf shield.
Now you see what I can do!
Watch this! Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one.
Already on!
Got flyers!
I'm got it! Let us march through it! Astral energy! Full
I do enjoy that I'm actually getting some reason
Am I
for
on a
everything
roll or
now, though.
what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
It's been a while since I actually got some fucking reason out of anybody in this group. The only one that's been talking is
What do you
Noah.
say we check back in on the ranch?
Everybody else has been quite happy to just sit there fucking arguing. And boy oh boy have the arguments been going good.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
But that's...
Right. I can't wait.
Head on over to the plaza.
I don't think I want to by the looks
What's
of that.
going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look! Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadeye's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be. While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord.
Interesting.
The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
Well, what about her Master Core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics.
I kind of expected
For
this.
now, Deadeye's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I've been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city. So I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadeye will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
I had sort of expected this coming up.
A Renan Lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this.
Well, in this, they're fucking assholes.
I'm worried about just what Deadeye has in
Well,
store for Almadria. For
one
now,
of them
let's
is
wait
an
to the end
asshole.
until he gives- It's his victory speech.
Everybody's so excited.
They can hardly be blamed when they've apprehended an enemy leader. That said,
Yeah. Isn't there some way to calm them down?
I don't actually trust that what's happening is going to be as straightforward as expected. Thank you. We'll wait in the room. That was exactly what I was going to do.
These must be the Danons the Darkwings freed.
Yeah. The
Freeze
city might be in
symbol.
ruins. The people have risen from the ashes.
This is the place Bayfon said Deadeye would reveal the Lord's fate. I wonder what he'll do to her.
I think we all know.
Well,
Ooh, anime.
is that?
Yes. It's Lord Almadria Kynaris.
Please stop! No good can come of such hatred. Stop or there'll be no turning back.
Because this city didn't look like a bad place, which is
Is this supposed
like
to be
there's a lot
justice?
of gaps in this particular part of the story. Well, Ren, this is what you wanted. Are you satisfied, Ren?
Astral energy? Why now?
You don't think that...
fruit of Helgen.
Ah. They did say that was where the fruit was coming from. You know, Rin could just as easily put a stop to this. That's it. Game, set, match. Oh, soldier's down.
Just...
I'm curious of the motive, though. Like, what's the point of annihilating an entire populace? Unless she's got a mental tick wrong too, but she... As far as I'm aware, the fruit stems from this region.
I did warn you, did I not? Nothing good can ever come of such nasty hatred.
But like, what's the point of that endgame? She just obliterated every single one of his citizens. At least every other lord was, you know, slowly gathering it all. Like, what sort of endgame is
Found
this?
you at last.
Oh, great, now Rin's gonna snap the fucking...
I swear it. I'll make you pay for what you did to my parents!
Well, now we've done it.
What do we have here? Could it really be the witch from Dana? Honestly, I thought I had wiped all of you out of existence back then. I guess there was one survivor after all.
Hey, Rinwell!
Shut up! This is the only thing that's keeping me going anymore. Stay out of my way or I'll kill you!
Told you she was a fucking loose cannon.
Rinwell.
I'll kill you. I swear it. I will kill you!
Unexpected.
What did you... Why are you defending her?
I'm not really sure, you know. But when I look into your eyes, I can't let you do it.
What about you? Are you not the one who got revenge for his father? Don't I deserve that as much as you? Move aside. If you don't, then I'll blast you again.
Even so, sorry. I'm afraid.
Hate begets
I can't
hate.
let you do that.
Isn't that what the saying is?
No way. I can't let you kill her. Not while your face is full of the same hatred as those people who died.
You saw what she did. What are you saying? She should just get away with it all?
You're right. Rinwell, I don't know what I'm doing. But still, I know it's wrong. If you go through with this, I know you'll regret it. I'm sorry. I am. Forgive me.
I can't believe you. You, of all people. Of all the people! Why did you... Why, Ela?
Is your little show quite finished?
Why, you...
For many years of my life, I devoted myself to the study of astral arts. But the knowledge I took from your family was truly enlightening indeed. For that, you deserve a reward. I shall allow you to taste one of the fruits of my labor.
Oh my.
Rearranging life and death to form new hellish compositions. That is what I do best.
Oh, I kinda get it. She mustn't be particularly powerful of her own accord.
Sorry for almost blowing me up. Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on.
Maybe that's why they were able to beat her. If she specializes in creation.
Armor won't save you.
For the weak spot.
Watch there.
Demon Fang.
I never miss!
You're mine.
Far enough.
You can't get a weak spot. Get your weak spot out of it. I assume it's Tails' weak spot, but it also looks like it has something in its neck. Maybe this one finally does have two weak spots. I mean, I was literally just talking about enemies possibly getting two weak spots. There he goes.
Let me help. Pieces.
I owe you one.
I can handle it.
So it's gonna kick in. Okay, so it definitely has one in its neck, but I'm fairly confident that's another one it's got in its tails. I mean, it would make it sense as to that's how regular Danas were able to defeat her and capture her, because they went with, let's be honest, they wrecked the entire city trying to get rid of her. If they demolished the entire city to get rid of her, or capture her, or whatever they did, I think they did, and she was completely caught unaware, then it would probably make sense that she never had a chance to pull this thing out of her ass.
You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
And if she was unable to get any monsters into her own fight, well, it makes sense that she would vacate.
Then let's focus there first.
I'd like to focus there. Can I actually physically focus the tail? There we go, look at that.
I never miss!
You hear it? Sword blade! Slash! Rising wyvern! Tear!
Astral energy! Searing flame!
Such a failure.
You'll pay for that!
No, I don't think the guy who sent me underground is working for me. I reckon that guy's actually somewhat innocent.
Resuscitation!
You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning! Raging cascade!
It's hard to get the tail with all that shit over the top of it.
Hey, that...
Smash you!
Too much to handle!
Saw a whole bunch of weakness, but see, like, that absolutely missed. It sent the attack in the direction I was facing as opposed to the direction I wanted it to go in. I'm gonna kill this thing without ever breaking the weak point on its back.
This one's mine! This is not in your dreams! Here's a healing arm! Rage cascade! Take it! Got you!
You require a hand.
No further!
Into the shadow! Wind astral energy! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Demon Fang!
Magic is in here! First aid! I'll be saving this one!
Hurricane Thrust!
Also sting! Will this help? Raging tornado! Pain in here! Mega ray! I'll be saving this one!
Devastation!
Here's a healing arm! Do it! Law! Demon's descent!
Flashing Fang!
Is everyone all right?
Yeah.
Problem is, she's
Major
vacated
got
now.
away. Linwell, are you...
What the hell happened here?
Bayfon, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside the city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back. What happened here? Where is everybody?
Almadria's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Danans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadime.
And
Deadime's
nobody
dead.
cared.
Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind. It's clear now that she used Menancia as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they'd eaten enough tainted food, she just needed to get herself caught.
We have to go after her. Balseth and Ganabel were horrible, but Almadria makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this once and for all.
They were kind of saints compared to her.
What she's done can't be forgiven.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't just
You don't
stop
hate her.
hating
You
her.
hate all of them indiscriminately.
What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Smile at her from across the battlefield? Apologize while we fight her? I don't know if I can do that.
Rinwell.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beaten Almadria, then what will you do?
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before.
Almadria's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinwell, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almadria has caused you. But I think you should listen to Shion. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
She won't sit it out, or revenge means too much to her.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almadria without me. I need to be there. Please.
You need to be there for all the
That
wrong
much
reasons.
I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it. A reason to live. Without hate.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her blind with no idea where she went. Beifan, do you have any ideas where she might have gone?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor along a cliff near the coast. She spent years building a ship there, a floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why
we
she
do need a
wanted
ship,
the thing.
because we got to get across
But
the
now-
ocean.
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her realm as well.
Right.
She didn't.
That's as good a lead as any.
What
Let's go.
happens when she... That doesn't make sense. What is she planning on, just hijacking another realm? Good on you, Law, for following up your father's ideals.
What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop it this time.
I have a newfound respect for Law. Not to say that I didn't sort of respect him in a way anyway, because he's trying to make amends, but...
I still can't believe what that Almadria did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah. My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almadria who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Danon mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Danon?
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
I wasn't expecting Law to be the one to jump in front of her. I had expected an intervention, but Law was not the one I was expecting. I want food. Here's an inn for those who don't have a home.
Hell yeah! There's no way you can complain about how this tastes!
We still haven't found that fucking asshole. I don't know what they call them. The guy who serves the Lord. He was supposed to have run off to here. I might actually rest overnight at a campfire.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Because I want to see if I can talk to any of my peoples. Should be able to.
I hope we manage to catch Almadria
Whoop, I don't want to talk.
soon.
I hope so too.
Yeah, Law.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Little chat with
Oh,
Law.
hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomachache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. I'll take guard duty tonight. It's fine. You guys ready to hit the road? I know.
I can kind of see her being the sort of person who would win, you know, the ends justify the means
I am.
type. But still, I mean, like, what comes next? This great game of theirs is supposed to be something
A dead end?
amazing.
No, there's an elevator. It looks operational.
You know, it's supposed to be really, really important for them to come through this lordship battle. It's not a boat, it's a fucking yacht.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
So,
I
I mean,
only
if she
see
wiped
dams.
out the game
Think
altogether,
they were
that seems
forced
a
to
little
work
bit...
here?
Probably. Let's
You
see
know,
what they have to share
entirely
about
pointless.
Almadria.
Wouldn't that upset a lot of people? Maybe she's just loony. Maybe she just is like that one person who's just absolutely lost the plot. Let me on or I'm coming on.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
What?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set, and we'll set sail.
I guess you're gonna be my El Capitan when I want to go across the sea, too. Fancy boat.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before.
This is awkward.
Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them.
That was what I was
Meanwhile,
thinking.
this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to
more
be
like
something
a
of
cargo
another
ship than
castle,
anything, really,
I
doesn't it?
reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
My party is disbanded.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat.
Oh, I guess this is the
Guess I'll
opportunity
check
to
in
go
on
and
them
talk
see
to
how they're
people.
holding up.
Well, I suppose I'll go and see the princess first. Nope, I guess I'm going to see Renwell first, who didn't have a thing above her head. Hello, little miss fucking all over the place.
Do you think Law is okay?
Why are you asking me?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Yeah,
Us too?
you become a loose cannon.
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
You haven't been thinking, so what's the difference?
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away.
Why we killed him?
Law let revenge fuel him. And I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just Think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen.
I'm not too fond of them wiping everybody from the deck during this cutscene.
Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Would it have anything to do with the fact that you've been painting every single Renin with the same brush?
She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
If they're a Renin, you treat them like they're
It's
fucking
just what
hell.
she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Well, anyway, onwards. Let's talk to the princess. She's probably loving life, to be honest. Or trying to find something to eat, one or the other.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
War.
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Xion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
Someone needs to knock the other half of it off.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alvin.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
No wind on the dress and waistcoat. Minecraft. Where are the rest of my folks? Let's talk to Kisara. I don't have to talk to Kisara. What about you, Law? I don't have to talk to any of these guys, so that's awkward.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Imagine I knocked this guy's mask off and he
somehow
fucking
the
ends
sea
up
is
being
different,
like
though.
some bread and
I'm
lord
not sure
himself.
just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers.
Fucking shanked by
And then there's
poison.
everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Poor old Zephyr was shanked by fucking poison. There wasn't much either he could do. That was fucking dirty.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
That was the
So
point
then why
I
would
was
Almadria
getting
do
at.
something like that?
Why would you?
We must remember
cull?
that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor, Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously. But it is a means to an end, nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
See, this is
And
why
you
I
don't
like
think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
He's got the right ambition.
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
He's trying to make fucking amends for the shit that he was involved in, willing or not. And that's why I respect him, because he's a lord, or he wasn't a lord. Seasick.
You don't look so good. You alright?
As soon as I saw her hunt.
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
Just because he can't feel pain, he should
I
still be
still
able to
can't
feel,
believe what
like,
happened in
nausea.
Niaz. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
He didn't sink
You
to
don't
any
understand.
depths.
I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
That's kind of why I think that
Maybe
Dopolium
not.
is a good
But to
character
tell you the
to
truth,
have kept around.
These days, I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though.
Because if he can do
Your
it for
home
one
and
realm,
people of
surely to
Menancia
God
are
he can bring
depending
the
on
rest
you.
under,
I know.
like, his
My brother. He truly
system.
believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
You and Dolamine?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just
Glad I put a hair
give
up.
me a wide berth for a few minutes?
You know the rules,
Very much
lads.
longer it's going to be.
Hold the hair back.
I'll ask Mahavar.
Alright, I'm going to take a very quick break to go and grab a drink, and then we will be back for probably the Battle Barge session. Yeah, unmute the microphone. Alright. Let's do it.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
You know, when I said Battle Barge, I
That's
wasn't
the ship?
expecting
She's huge.
that.
Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Grabbing speed.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin.
Spared? You fucking bought your dinosaur and ran, sweetheart.
Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
So I'm going to assume that, yes, she just does make monsters. And she has no actual serious abilities of her own.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
Not that I'm gonna
stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Not that I'm gonna suggest that she's totally, you know, defenseless, but I imagine that the bulk of her power comes from whatever little nasty she has gathered around her and whatever that fucking weird looking dragon thing was.
Shion, I want to thank you. What brought this on? What you said helped to calm me. Don't mention it.
Not so sure I should be having stories on the way
Now
in.
that's what I call a ship.
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag-Sar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But why would Lords
But
work
what do you
together?
think Almadria plans to do from here on out? Now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she did cross a few lines there.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute.
Got a time as any to talk about the
That
mask.
mask of yours. It was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half.
You mean when?
Then again,
If.
the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Well. Looks like this way's a dead end. So what's in this room? Give me the loot! Give me the looted lettuce. Let us loot.
No backing down! Bring him down!
Let us loot the lettuce.
You'll have no mercy!
Engaging!
This one's mine!
I was hoping she would have
Nothing gets through
hit the other wall.
Telling to me.
Can't get out of this! Take this!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
They just spawny. Rude.
opponent like this should be easy.
Don't fire in the hole. Do it again.
Fire support! I see one, eh? Its armor's too strong. Be my guest. I can carve through armor. My field. Now I'm in the groove.
Ah, cool. We'll finally broke enough people to get that. It's like break 40 heavy enemies or something. I was always going to get the skill,
Nice. No scratches on my shield or
the
my
title.
armor.
It was just a matter of time. I didn't know how long it'd fucking take. Because it doesn't tell you how many you've gone through. Astral energy.
Got it.
Manipulate. Are you going to tell me that you can do something with it, Rinwell? Are you giving me a useful application? There you go. Whoop. Well done, Rinwell. I'm proud of you. You've become useful in the map.
Go no further! Flame of fury! Burning! Here's evil! Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Moderately overkill.
No further!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I said easy.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Gal. I don't need the gal because the pre-order stuff gave me heaps.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope.
We have
I'm
a map.
fine. Let's keep moving.
With a language I can't understand on it, but we have a map. Let me guess, the elevator's locked. Apply. Close enough. Beach gel.
Little help!
Armor won't save you! My shield! You're mine! Lightning thrust! Rising thrust!
Shield can stand up to these fists!
Blue escape!
An
astral
fire! That's my shield!
Shut him down! Blue escape! No storm! Fall back! You require a hand.
Well, I need to get him.
Get toasty!
Get toasty!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Come here, you big bastard.
Get lost!
Now you see what I can do!
My shield!
There you are! Where are you going?
It's over! Eat this! Take down their
I don't know what that lightning attack is that Redwall does, but it certainly seems to be doing a good job.
Astral energy! Full throttle!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
It's over!
Come on! Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Eyes on class. Where's the prize? Milk. Milk is the prize.
Get lost! You'll pay for what you did!
In a bind?
Ice tornado!
Demon Fang!
Freezing lightning orb!
That frickin' does it!
Raging cascade! Ice tornado!
War is about to lay the smackdown on someone.
Swallow blade! Lightning thrust!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Missed something.
No scratches on my shield
What
or
is-
my armor.
A straight room gotta be so difficult. Oh, there's a red fellow in there. B! I have obtained B.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
It's in the sky. They really don't give up, do they?
Now I'm in the groove.
Here goes.
I can carve through walls. My shield.
Actually, I recall those red enemies were the ones I got like my original 100-hit combo on.
Now, astral energy. Full throttle.
Because I don't think they take damage until you knock them down, but they take like
In this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
a beating and a half to knock over. Hi, buddy.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Got you now.
None shall escape my judgment.
Don't punch that gun out of your...
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
You're mine.
Instant. Thunder field.
Crush. I'm on.
Blazing storm.
Demon away. Take this.
Ice tornado. Lightning condensed.
It's over.
Thunder blade. Where are you going?
Armor won't save you.
Dragon
You're mine.
Lunar breath.
Burn in hell. Like you. You're mine. Rip it back.
Bleed that hell.
No escape.
So let's do it. Get toasty.
Burn strike.
Well, that one wasn't
Our
as
work is done
resilient
here.
as the previous.
Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere.
Yeah,
We
let's
should
go and
test it
test
out.
it out in the elevator. Hopefully after I'm done through here, I'll be able to get some new weapons for everyone. Where am I? I need a "you are here." Maybe that's what the underline is. Let's go to the bottom level. Lower level? It's gonna take a lot of looking around. Okay, yeah, so it highlights
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
highlights the level I'm on. This takes a lot of energy. By comparison to the other map skills.
This one's tough.
Weakness. Weakness. It's a shame that skill's so shit.
Take this.
Here's a healing arc.
We got flyers.
I got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours. An astral art?
That's my shield.
Yoink.
Shut him down.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Glacial spear.
My
Here's
turn.
evil.
Stardust. Hurricane thrust. Devastation. This time.
It mustn't be a rock attack if you do it in the air.
Here's evil. Lock. Get toasty.
Burn strike.
Earth attack?
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Tempest Megastones. I started getting some grade 6 rocks from somewhere, but now it doesn't seem like I'm...
enemy I see over there.
Holy dooly.
Looks like trouble. Here I capital demons. Together we've got this.
Holy frickin' dooly. I got a big fella.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
I'll tear you apart.
Someone just found a weakness. Who it was?
Evil blood. Burning strike. Raging
Swallow blade. I'm on it.
Here's evil.
Evil blood.
I'll kill you all.
Demon blade. Ready and raring. I'll crush you.
Go, Lord, belt him in the faces.
Tenebrous claw. Here I come.
Not in your dreams.
Now you see what I can do. It's over.
Glacial spear. Raging
Rising Viper. Rising Viper.
Raging storm.
Rising Phoenix.
Stay in the healing circle.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Give me the fat loots, shiny. It's not the shiny enemies are for, aren't they? Giving fat loots.
These fists have got your name on them!
We'll soon see about that.
I can carve through walls! Rising Wyvern!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Should do it. Go for that. And what does it give me?
Don't push yourself too hard.
Lizard Venom, Astral Crystal 6. 6 Astral Crystals. Magic Emblem 1. Freaking do.
Looks like some solid equipment.
White pot. For you? Yeah. Speaking of equipment, there's a lot of it in here, isn't there? I don't know what any of it is. But there's a lot of it in here. Apparently I'm supposed to be going down then this way.
Backing down! No further! I'm on! I can handle it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
I'll heal you all!
It's on! Whirlwind snap! You're mine!
Healing circle!
Eat this! I owe you one!
Legion smelling to me.
Yeah!
And now,
To me!
astral energy! Full throttle!
Looks like we got them all.
Hello.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here.
The improved endurance experiment was success. Lord, although she was rather taken with this Zoogle, the entire lab was almost fired over it. Why would the lab be fired over something she's taken with? Wouldn't she be happy with that? I'm missing something.
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever though.
Get lost!
Dreams!
Now you see what I can do!
I'll take my revenge on you!
She's still talking about her revenge.
This ends now!
That's
Consider
depressing.
yourself finished.
Firmament
After we kill this lord, she's gonna have like nothing to live for.
Take this! Eagle Dive! Demon Fang! Rising Falcon! Now it's in the group!
I did it!
I think we're gonna have a big problem after this lord's dead.
Swallow Blade!
Searing flame! More where that came from!
You see what happened there as you crossed me. You shouldn't run. I really owe you one.
Eagle Dive! Devastation!
Do it! Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
I'm pretty lucky. Pull the lever. Is that even a lever? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, here we go. Pull this lever. What have I missed? Unless this is just like... Have I missed something? I open that. Can't tell if I've missed something or what. Because I have a marker on the map which states there's something here. Search through the basement of her ship. Although it doesn't tell me what I'm searching for exactly. Just stuff another once over and see what happens. What do we got here? Access key B. search through the second floor of the ship? Sure. I was just gonna go floor by floor, but... maybe I will go floor by floor. Oh. No, I won't.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Hoodle! Oh. Let's break that.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
I like the idea of sinking the ship.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now.
Demoralizing.
Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Yeah, you haven't thought about how to get over this, have you?
What's this thing?
That's Scowl, buddy. That's how we make money. Oh.
Out of our way!
Oh my lord!
Raging tide! Water! Here
I'm going in!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
I saw 2 numbers.
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
Right, here goes! Now you learn!
Hydration orb!
Hurricane thrust! Crumble! I won't show you any mercy!
Although that does sort of make for a even weirder plot twist.
Consider
That
yourself
she's
finished!
using a fucking starship engine to power a boat.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Rising Falcon!
Barbecue.
Lunar blast! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Plot thickens.
Looks like we won.
And I can't say I approve of it.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
My shield!
Fucking wolf just went flying.
Not on my watch!
Here I come!
You think that shield will save you?
We're not finished! This one's all gone!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Eat this!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Not today!
Demon
Fang!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I would have missed that. If I didn't have Poodle making me aware there was an owl around here, I would have missed that.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Naturalist. Well, I won't complain about new armor. I know I want new weapons, but I won't complain. I guess this is where I've got to go, seeing as other red dudes here.
I won't forgive you!
I'll smash you! Rebel! My deal!
Oh, we're finished.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Hear me, flame of fury!
Now on your knees! Escape!
Water, hear my
Lunar
call!
Rondo! Devastation! Rising sun!
Burning,
Lightning struck!
hear your cry! Searing flame, reload!
All in order.
Eat this!
I'm not done!
Now you see what I can do! Ready to go!
Tear!
On your
Doing the big barbecues. Barbecuing back. Doing the big barbecue back.
Consider yourself finished.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Terminal.
Go no further!
Armor won't save you! My deal? We're not falling free! Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Now! Go for it! Prepare to
Bonk. Shield bonk.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright
was a
and
lot of
shiny
gal.
mood.
By comparison to what I've been getting out of stuff usually. I mean, no one's safe.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out!
Here's evil!
Swallow down! Burn!
Energy!
I'm not done! Armor won't save you! Try this! Infernal turret!
Healing field!
I owe you one!
Far enough!
I really owe you one. Take it! Now I'm in the tear!
I think that pretty much clears the room from what I saw. Loot over here. Oh no, there's still one more patrol left. Loot. Very important to grab as much loot as possible. Even if it's crap like life holes. Come here, you two. Jump on his back.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Sure, this...
It's neat.
I guess this wasn't the locked door. Which locked door did I open? Now I'm just confused.
Looks like some solid equipment.
I hate when I open those and I see grade 1 rings. Looks like some solid equipment, yeah. Solid grade 1 ring. Just what I always wanted. In we go. Locked. Give me your loots. Where are you hiding them? Pineapple gel. Nom nom nom. Wet. Speaking of pineapple gel, I may actually need to use some of it if I keep having to knock down these barriers. Hey, Frog.
I won't forgive you!
Also known as the Freakzilla.
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage! Here goes! I'll finish you here and now! Do it! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Get toasty.
Leave the charges to me!
Not too sure.
Rising Wyvern!
Why can I hear Rin saying blah blah blah?
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! No escape!
Radiant light!
Rising Phoenix! Take this!
I have a
Eagle Drive!
thing on me.
Healing
Try
sword!
harder!
Lightning orb!
You're mine!
Hey, that's radiant!
Now you see what I can do!
Here!
The enemy wields Authentication.
You'll soon see about that!
Yeah, I'll be okay. Denied!
Here's a healing to the
I'm
wind!
not done! It's on! Be still! Rising Storm!
Guess I'm attacking this guy now. Game says this guy's my target.
Now I'm real mad!
Thanks!
Ripping head! Charge like that is easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
You won't make a fool of me! You're mine!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hopefully that splashes onto the frog.
I'm not done!
No! I won't give in!
I could do this all day. If it's in the sky, I'm confiscated. Here, I'm out of
Hey,
ammo.
Heelys.
Where are you going? I'm on a roll now. With darkness, a freezing storm.
Oh, I've got no CP, that's why nobody's healing.
Leave the charges to me! Denied! Eagle Flash! In a bind? Armor won't save you!
Burn it all! Do it! Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
I suppose that makes sense. I have been a little run around. What am I after? Pineapple? And we'll use some orange gel as well. That should top me out. Close enough.
Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
Poodle's quivering. I haven't looked at all the floors yet.
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
Sheer extravagance.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You
might
think
be.
she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking.
What about a pet dragon?
The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
Well, it probably is a game to her, you know.
What's wrong, sweetie? Is something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Maybe that creature she fucking made is an owl. Maybe that's why Hurdle's not too happy. Oh, that's gonna be pretty depressing. Oh shit, everything's back.
Go Barely a blip on our radar.
I don't think anybody's going to get to 32 before this runs its course. Wait, did I miss the turn-off? What have I done? I also forget which elevator she gave me. This is level 1, is it? Guess we're going up, down, up, level 4? Bugger to find that. Well, I guess there's only one way to go from here. Through the great doors of mystery.
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard.
Definitely a
You
lot
know
of
there could be something hiding around here.
stuff. Something in there and I want it. Flatfish.
It's on! Now you'll learn!
Oh, jeez.
Swallow death!
Never seen him do that before.
Armor won't save you! My shield!
Your dreams.
Destruction! First strike!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Surprised there wasn't an owl up on the deck, to be honest. You know, if the owl was going to be anywhere,
Let's
but
keep
then
our eyes
again,
on the
who
prize.
knows? That's not fucking sus at all. Big bloody dragon thing on the deck. Wherever the hell I am. There's guns. Give me your red chest.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Your red chesticles. Oh, we are finished.
This ends now!
We are finished. Preferably quicker.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you,
What's up?
Xion.
This look...
Look at me. I can be a knight.
It's nice and tough.
Means I'll get my ass kicked slightly less bad.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I think that's its weak point on its chest.
Now I'm real mad!
Looks like a weak point on its chest.
Armor won't save you! Here I come! I'm not done!
Being violated.
Eagle's Eye! I'm not getting done! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! This one's on! I'll crush you!
You can crush that crystal at its chest while you're at it. That is fantastic. It's probably safe to say that the boss, or any boss that comes out of here, is going to have a couple of weak spots like the last creation.
It's weakened!
This ends now! I'm not done! Swallow Blade!
This ends now!
Consider yourself
Shield is
finished.
just trying to heal me, but it's okay. We'll just ignore that.
Am I on a roller?
Dragon flame sex, which is good because I need some dragon flame sex for creating.
What?
Well, look who's in a bright
Something.
and shiny mood.
I don't know what. I don't even know what that was.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
Where are we? I don't know where we're going back to.
What's this thing?
I don't know where I'm going. I want to go up. Oh. Touch the wind. I don't actually think that's wind, I just saw this.
If Almadria's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it.
I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, we've only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
This is like the first time I've gone into a boss fight with a
There she
bad
is!
feeling.
Almadria!
It's a big stick.
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without it are forced to obey.
I wish to detach
Though
her
you
head
two seem
from
to
her
have forgotten that's the way
shoulders.
these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless.
It's a
Ultimately,
big
it
area
was
too.
their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria!
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
I like him.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed.
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of. Nesmold!
Oh, that is a chunky boy. That is an exceptionally chunky boy. He's got a big rock at his head.
Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child.
Ah.
Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down.
Yeah. One on the tail and one on the head.
The very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
I can carve through walls!
Right! Not on my watch! By the power of water!
I'm on it!
I'm not sure how I feel about a lot of what's going on here in this fight. That's not what I wanted.
Raging cascade! Feel!
All down. Me down. Everyone's down.
Will this help?
Dance for me.
Bring you back from death's abyss. Hey, that's...
I'm not done!
Here's a healing arm. Hey, crazy horse!
I owe you one! Destruction!
Go swallow
Now that Law's back on his feet.
Here! Here's a healing arm for the stop. First aid! Arm seal! Straight into the fray! Gusty nail! Be gone!
Trying to keep targeting his tail, but the game doesn't really want me to.
This one's mine! Don't suffer in silence! Searing flame! Reload!
This is not okay.
Lightning condense! Thunderbolt!
There is so many arts going around and they are not Rinwell's.
Thank you.
No further! Don't suffer in silence!
I'll heal you all!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! Back into the fray! More where that came from! By the power of Mega Ray!
I'm gonna be fairly presumptuous and say those fireballs will not belong to my team.
Forgive me. This is my fault.
I knew I had a bad feeling about this fucking thing.
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Spread! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning!
Raging Lunasaur! Not today! Stay away! I can carve through armor! Begin! Does it hurt your helmet?
Back into the fray!
Demon Fang!
Confiscate!
You're mine!
Lightning
Your
Horn!
escape!
More lightning!
Better incantation to ruin.
Mystic mercy!
Lightning raging cascade!
Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Radiant light! Display the generation! Generate!
I still have not broken this fucking... Actually, that's not taking any
They're
damage.
attacking separately! I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on it, and take out monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah! Take it away! Take this!
Raging cascade!
Lunar Rondo! Hurricane Slurp! Devastation! Not now, not ever!
Where are you going?
Take this! Is this it? I couldn't make it in time. I can carve through armor! Beyond! Imbue this vanquished soul with life!
Glacial spear!
I knew this was going to be rough, but this is not quite what I was expecting.
Wits about you, people.
Stay still! I owe you one! Lunar Rondo! Hurricane Slurp!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall for impending calamity!
Try harder!
Chaotic disaster!
Neutral defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I would never.
Anything in armor is all mine!
This should do it! Shine!
Don't get in my way!
Force of regeneration!
Recover!
Regenerate! Stay away from my friend!
Bring you back from death to
This is
this!
some punishment.
Resuscitate! What was I thinking?
Holy hell.
Resuscitation!
Everybody just went down.
You're bruised all over. Did you even notice?
Guess I got carried away.
I'm not always going to be around to heal. You know.
Air thrust! What else you get?
I'm not sure if I can target her yet or not. I see her up there casting, but the dragon kind of seems to be...
It's over!
Fuck, I hope that's our spell.
Try harder! Now! Here I come! You picked the wrong fight! No further! I owe you...
More for the stockpile!
Here I come!
I am getting through it at least.
Over?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Raging storm!
Resuscitation! Sun confiscate!
Her master core.
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Heal! Take this!
Downfall!
Hurricane
I
Slurp!
won't stop that!
Take well!
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down!
Oh, I missed that last time.
I'll end you!
I thought that was just a generic strike attack, but you actually needed to use Grinwell specifically. That's why everything went to shit. Well, there she go. It was a fucking good slot. Did her beast just abandon her? No, her beast just fucking plowed.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
Hey, mate.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to...
See where this is
make
going.
it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
I can frankly say she deserved no better. Or worse, depending on which way you wish to look at it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Wrong sword, mate.
Think you can cut me down? What?
Oh, there it goes. Is that my wife, dude?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shion!
Alvin!
That means he can no longer wield the sword.
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
Well, this is a dark twist. Test subject 1273. The spirit channeling ceremony will begin shortly. Until then, you are to calm your mind and await further instructions. It's hard to tell in this thing about hair colors between which of these two I'm looking at.
After all this time,
Oh,
I'll be free from this hell.
I guess that answers that
I can
question.
finally go home.
Must complete output standing by.
I doubt I'll ever see this place again.
So
Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
I am. Okay. Renan. Well, this is awkward. I know I hypothesized that, but yeah, this just got real awkward real quick. Hello, little one. Daddy hasn't come home lately, so I decided to come visit him, but they won't let me go any further. It's not fair. Hope he finishes his work. Ah, let me out. Oh, it's you, 1273, or should I say, Sovereign. You don't understand how much time and effort we've invested to create you as our lone success. We can't risk losing you to injury at this stage. So you put a bucket on my head? Another one bites the dust. Remember, 1273, you're our only success story. Do not let our hard work go to waste. Am I like... I don't like this. Maybe. The harvester we deployed on Dana is functioning as intended. It's gathering astral energy and transmitting it to Legionus. Spent a lot of time long days keeping a close eye on things, but soon that work will finally be over and I can go back to my little girl. I mean, that's very cute and all, but Dana test subject as our wait. I am a Dana? I don't know who got it in their head to start calling you Sovereign. At the end of the day, you're nothing more than a test subject. Your only worth lies in your physical aptitude for the task at hand. Your thoughts and feelings are of no concern. Lies? Rude. So we got a plot twist in a plot twist. How many people did they fucking sacrifice to try and make me work? Looking at the statistics, the subject's biological sex appears to have almost no bearing on the rate of success or failure. Maybe that other bloke is someone like me who was a test subject and... Sorry, little girl, I can't get your dad out. He's busy. The maiden will maintain control over things. You focus on not breaking your concentration while the ceremony is in progress. If you want to see your home again, you'll have to do a good job here, 1273. Can we just have a second person clarify where my home is exactly, please? I would really prefer that one, especially since they put me in fancy clothes. To be honest, I was beginning to sweat bullets. If you hadn't worked out, who knows what we would have done. This is the first time we've managed to assemble a Sovereign and Maiden ready for the ceremony after all, but seeing you make it all the way... Wait, there's a Maiden? If I'm a Sovereign, where's my Maiden? I demand to know where the waifu is. Let me guess, you're not going to let me through here. Tin Man. Test subject 1273, you're not authorized to enter this room. Return to your position and wait for whatever else. I assume you're going to say the same to me, Tin Man. I will absolutely take that as my confirmation. Yep, I am a Danon. Okay, 110% confirmed. Do I have a rock in my hand? No, no rock. Well, I don't know. Who's the Sheila with blonde hair? Is this the test subject, ma'am? Looks like us. On the outside, maybe inside, it's as uncivilized as the rest of them. Oh, that's... off.
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet?
Apparently so.
They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room.
Well, I guess that entirely clarifies what I am. Oh, speaking of blonde hair. It's time, Alphen. It's finally happening, huh? Yes, we need to change into our outfits, then meet... Well, she doesn't have pink hair. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm sorry you got dragged into all this. It's not your fault. Do what we have to do to get this thing over with. Right. She has blue eyes, blonde hair.
I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
This isn't a cutscene, this is legit.
Alphen.
Naori.
Naori? The waifu is not her. Part of a bigger betrayal? It's a fancy clothes. Fancy clothes with blood on them. Hello, Naori. You appear to be not doing so great either.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Naori. No!
She is the waifu.
Wait, please. Wait,
Alright. Sorry, Shion. I have a waifu. I'm married, I think.
What was that? That
was the bucket to get me out of
there?
there?
How long ago was that?
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe she put the bucket on me so I wouldn't A, be noticed, and B...
Shion.
Good on you, Link.
Oh, right. That's what pain felt like.
Poor cunt. Rude awakening.
So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone?
Blub blub. I would not ignite that, mate. Oh.
I need to find them. Better start looking.
Well, it's gonna be a slow walk, I suspect. My party is disbanded. Yeah, I suppose that's certainly one way to put it. Tough it out, mate. I guess this is how I get to the other side of the ocean. My gear's in good condition.
Niori. Shion. I
think you need a few days to fix your brain.
Damn it.
Bet you wish you had learned to use a shield now.
You're mine! I'm not done! Swallow blade! You're mine! It's over! I'm not done! Swallow blade!
Should have spent some more time with Kisara.
I'm not done! Rising wyvern!
Learning how to use a shield.
Here I come!
I guess this is teaching you how to fight without a broken sword mechanic.
You're mine! You're finished! Demon Fang!
Ow.
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Oh, that's fucking miserable.
You're mine! I'm not done! Destruction! Crush! Destruction! Try harder! Now! You're mine! Strike! It's over! Dazzle! Take this! Crush! I'm not done! It's over!
I guess this single fight is to kind of really sort of lay into you just how weak you've become now that you've lost your hat. Or how human.
I'm not done! Be still! Strike! Demon Fang! Swallow blade! Slash! Here I come! Slash! Swallow blade! Rising wyvern! It's on! You're mine! Take this! I'm not...
Well, my gear is as good as it gets for Alphen. Like, absolutely could not get better gear for Alphen at the time.
Swallow blade! Demon Fang! Swallow blade!
Level check is on the cards, but I'm pretty sure it's just sort of one of those things that are there to absolutely hammer home, because those enemies were very slow in their attack routines.
Frinwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Do I look all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Frinwell, where are we?
That looks so good.
Ganeth Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
This guy doesn't even know what
Are
day
you
it is.
sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Now they're making me walk the whole way. Well, I think everybody saw me break the bucket, so... I don't think there's too many questions that need to be answered about a lack of bucket.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
I suppose the real question would be, where the fuck's the sword? You know, because that's all anybody cares about. To hell if he's okay. Where's the sword?
Coming through.
Here I come! No escape! Elusive deity! Swallow blade!
If it hot, just back it out again.
Take this!
Heal force! More where that came from! Magic advance!
Eat dirt!
In here!
Demon fang!
I'll be saving this one!
Rising water!
Supernova!
Yeah, even when I'm skill boosted, I have nothing I can use now because my skill boost attacks relied on the sword.
On your knees.
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Dance in the wind! Air
Here I
thrust!
come! Try harder! My turn! I'm not done! It's over!
Shining supernova!
I am absolute dead weight now.
Can you take it?
Magic advance!
On your knees.
Take it!
In a bind.
I'm not done!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
I heard that, Al. There it is. That's... no.
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here.
I love how Ridwell is just
The
having this
ordeal seems to
glorious
have left them
conversation.
understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Elfin, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
See, now at least he's
Really?
asking the big questions.
Oh, but that means...
Probably.
Well done, Ridwell. You didn't think before you spoke
I
again.
wonder if Alfin's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
How do I get to that owl? Oh, dickhead. No.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alfin! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank,
It's all
I
good and
thought we were
fine
done
until a
for.
lord walks in.
Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So can we have the whole story? No, we're gonna get the end of the story.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
Thank you, Sarah.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
Stop poking!
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegus. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegus. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegus was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegus? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegus, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
The oldest pop's going.
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Fucking old Renwell has claim to fame as a parent getting fucking killed.
Kisara.
Old mate's carrying the weight of the world and then some.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
I like Kisara.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
I really like Kisara. She is sort of like the ideal party backbone.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You probably have the right to rescue Shion, but that's probably about where it ends. Ow. I am now but a slave and on my way to this place. All I want now is to live the rest of my days in peace and will that makes me wonder what... Oh, hello. Didn't even see him.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers, But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Jesus.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
I feel like that guy, Doloman's probably the best mate I'm gonna have at the moment. Someone's fucking all the way out here. What's in here? A dwelling. It's all good and fine, but what happens now? I can't wield the sword. It's gonna barbecue my fucking fingers. Not that I have the sword anyway, but, you know. Ah, you who will be my best friend number 2.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? And I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor.
My armor is definitely not
Back
shining.
after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Does that even count anymore? I knew there'd be something here. Give me the first hits. Sea Brim.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
Lonely?
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, until
Let's
you
get
realize how defeated she looked when she buzzed you that one time. Fucking gave up on life when she buzzed you.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Probably not in those
Sounds
words.
like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
That's exactly like you
Just
said.
need a week to get my head in
Whatever
order. I've got
happened in
3
my
centuries
past
of
has
memories to
nothing
work
to do with
out.
Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention
cracks.
it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
A lot of
back to the inn, I guess.
Years of memory to put back together in one piece.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
Sounds like a tutorial fight for new powers.
I'm up for it.
Really?
Tutorial fight for reawakened powers. Let's go, go, go.
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Humbling fighter extraordinaire. That is not something I want to see. Let's give him some new skills. What do we got down here? Reduced awakening requirements. He's nearly always awakened anyway, so...
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the... village.
Right. We need to hurry.
I was hoping I'd be able to see a blacksmith before all this broke out. Roll, roll.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a burn no Zoogle pod.
Okay. Need to swap him in. He's the only healer I have at the moment.
Be my guest. It's over.
We're ready.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Right.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Now!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here I come. Eat dirt.
Ready and real!
Being interrupted.
Denied!
You're finished. Demon Fang. Rising Wyvern.
Should have messed with me.
No escape. You're finished.
More for the stop!
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this Limb kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too.
Motivational speech. Let's go.
My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
He missed his chance with his misses 3 centuries ago, so now he's gonna have his chance. He's gonna have a crack at
no
her.
objections.
Then it's agreed.
Relative.
Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
It's gonna be slow going without any spells.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Can I get a new inspired fucking thing now that I've got my nuts back? Because I'd really
We
appreciate
don't know what
some
lies
semblance
ahead.
of spell.
We should prepare well before we
sticky
venture
tentacle.
forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Okay.
Right, Zoogles, yeah, because I got a big
Why?
favour to ask. Dire Straits could have sworn we wiped them all out. Oh, you did. They're stealing your fish. Ape Zoogles, they got huge arms. Right.
Damn it.
Quite the pickle.
What?
Oh, no, fish don't grow on trees.
Is that so?
So I gotta drive the crazy
Okay.
monkeys out.
Great
The
job.
monkeys. It might be actually worth me not even using Alphen at the moment. You know, given the fucking Alphen.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get
As-
ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
I hear you. Where are you? Oh, hiding in the brazier. Star hair clip. I should go back and check if I've got all the ones from the last region.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
What have we got here?
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Makes a good
Do you
point.
think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
He's probably trying to work
I
out where
think
the hell he
stranger
is.
things have happened.
If he got
Whether he's
slopped in
alive
the
or
ocean.
otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going.
Stories.
Thistlein was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
they almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zoogles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon.
Well, they do say any civilization is 3 meals away from rebellion.
Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that.
About fucking time.
Every individual is different.
Only took her getting kidnapped
I
before you
see.
worked it out.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
I'm telling you, Kisara is like the fucking best party member ever. What have I missed here? I missed B. Because taking food from the starving people is absolutely what we need to do. Doesn't look like there's anyone here. Nope, there are people here. Look at this. Little fucking... Oh, she's sitting down? I thought it was a kid. I can buy new armor. Why not? Let's buy some armor. Buy some wolf leather stuff.
You can never be too prepared.
Alrighty, let's have a look. I don't have any icicle fangs to make fire sword. The only thing I can make is this thunder nail, because I'm missing lustrous astral crystals. Oh. Arts of the Cosmos. Craft and equip. Unfortunately, I can't do these though. I haven't seen any ice crystals, so... Refined crystal knuckles. That's a pretty shield. And I'm still struggling for staves for this guy. Well.
But did we have to spend so much?
Yes. We had to spend so much. I need... Not obtained ore, I need rare ore.
Hell yeah! There's no way you can
Place to sleep? Is a place to sleep, no? So that said, that is actually where I'm going to call this stream, because it's Sunday for you lads, and I don't want to keep you up all night, since how some people have works on the Mondays. But, as always, thank you for joining me, lads and ladettes. Like, subscribe, or follow, depending on what platform you are on. And I probably will continue this stream... I'm not sure when, but I probably won't leave it until, you know, my next week of regular streaming, so I'll probably continue streaming it at a different time. I'm not too sure when, though, but I will definitely try and put up schedules at the very least. So thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I hope to see you the next time I stream.